Just look at it. It's amazing. How's it going, everybody? My name is Arshad, and it's been a long time since I made a new video. So here I am, and I decided to make a Minecraft video because it is popular, yeah, and I have only released one of it, which was pretty crappy. So I decided to make the video on shaders, and I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite shaders that I frequently use. You get the point. So enough chit chat, let's begin. So first shader we're going to use is the Potato Faster and Wonderful shader, and it is cool, pretty awesome. It gives us a bit of a classic feel, you know, like, I don't know, old RPG games. Yeah, it gives us an RPG feel, and everything looks pretty cool, but the water here is a bit opaque. It's much, I should say worse. Yeah, it is worse than the normal water in Minecraft. Yeah, the waving's nice, but see, it's opaque. The water is opaque. It's like solid. The water looks solid, that's why. Everything else other than that looks pretty cool. I mean, it also has this waving thing. The grass waves. You know, in some of the other shader packs, it just moves around, you know, like they dance. I don't know. Here, only the top part is moving, and it's pretty awesome. Well, that's that. You saw it, guys. And also it even has depth of field. Look at that. The background, the far objects get blurred, while you know, near objects get more clearer. It gets more clarified, you know, and it is pretty cool. It makes us feel more comfortable than playing with just a texture pack and the default Minecraft shader. And the resource pack, I'm using 1.8 Flows HD. I'm not well, sorry. I have a bit of a fever, that's why I'm not well. So I'm using Flows HD, and it is pretty awesome resource pack. And it gives when mixed with shaders, it produces a wonderful effect. So let's not, you know, keep you long with this. We're gonna move on to the next one. So the second shader I'm gonna use is the Rudoplays shader pack, or simply Rudoplays shader, and it has much more vibrant lighting effects. Yeah, it's much more vibrant than the Potato Fast and Wonderful shaders. And you could see that there's an added glare effect for the sun, which is pretty amazing, and waving water, much more better than the potato shaders. But as you can see that there are cuts along the edges, but still it is pretty cool. See the glare effect, and it's a bit sluggish on the other side. See, the shadows aren't that much pretty well defined, and I only get around 38 or 36 FPS capped. And even if I increase the shadow a small, see, it's a bit more dark. The shadows doesn't, you know, combine well with the shaders. So that's that. Now let's move on to the number 3 shader. Number 3 shader pack number 3 is the zeeekes. The zeeekes version, I think it's 1.0 or 10, I don't know. And it's the RC7 version, and it's pretty bright. As you can see, it is pretty awesome. and also it has this clear water effect, and I like it very much. I mean, you know, that's what water should look like, you know. It's pretty awesome. And there are no oceans around, so I don't know how it looks in the ocean. Must be pretty freaking awesome. See, it is awesome. And the sun is pretty bright and it's burning my eyes right now. And it also has this god ray effect. See, small little rays coming out on the edges. And the only reason I do not use this much is it eats frame rates. See, I'm only getting 23 or 24 frames per second, which is much slower compared to the other shader packs. And also I want to tell you guys that using shader packs requires a decent graphics card to work on, and if you have a pretty good graphics card, it's gonna work really smooth, really fine. And in dark conditions, they also look pretty fine. And they have this little border thing. This frame gets grainy on the edges. I don't understand what exactly is that. I don't know. It only happens on this side. Whatever. Now we're going to move on to the next shader pack, which is the Sasuke LL7170S version 7 Ultra shader pack. And it isn't that bright, but it isn't too dull. It is pretty awesome, has glare effect. It's one of my top favorites, and it even has a nice range of depth of field. See that? It gets really blurred in the background when I get objects really near. When you look at the chicken, hey chicken, they look all pretty realistic, makes Minecraft much more awesome. And the water is completely not completely opaque, but it feels a bit opaque, but when you look on it the other side, yeah, it has reflections, so there are no problems. I think it's the reflection bug. I have a little bug here, and it is awesome. It's not cool, it's plain awesomeness, and I really like this. But frame rate's also a bit low, but it's pretty good for spectating. You know, you build good stuff like a house, and then you could use the shader pack for spectating. It will be pretty awesome. So let's not keep you waiting. That's that, and now we're gonna move on to the next one, which is the 5th shader pack. Also, I would like to call it the RRE36 shaders. Pretty weird names, I don't know why. And I'm gonna use the ultra one. The RRE is not that much colorful or vivid as the Sasuke, but it adds a really nice sky texture. And the water is freaking awesome. I mean, look at that. It's got that bump mapping. I mean, look at that. If you go underwater, see, you could still see it moving. And hey villagers talking. And it also has a depth of field. Most of them have depth of field. All ultra shader packs have depth of field. There are exceptions, I think. See, it's awesome. So when you get inside dark rooms, it's pretty shitty, and that's why it's not that much cool. It's awesome on one side and shitty on the other side. Alright, so that's RRE36. Now if we move on to the next shader, as we have the TME shaders. I'm gonna use the ultra one. I think yes, I'll go with medium. The ultra really lags for me. Both of them doesn't have that much difference. And this is one of my top favorites, including the SEUS shader pack, the Sonic Others shader pack. Just look and It's amazing. And I mean, if you're should I cry? I don't know. And it's pretty awesome when you walk through here in through the forest and stuff. It really captures our mind, and it makes Minecraft pretty beautiful. And it has depth of field. Hey sheepy, come here. I need you for an experimentation. There it is. See, good depth of field. Sorry for the hit, sheep. And it's awesome, I should say. So that's phew. And that's the TME shaders. I really like them. And frame rate's a bit low, but I don't care. I get 30 FPS, a bit more faster than the others. Not all of them. The RRE36 I get for 40 FPS sometimes. Without recording I get a lot more than this. So that's the TME shaders, and it has really nice effects in dark conditions. It's also cool. And then we're gonna move on to the number 7. Number 7, as I just said before, is the Sonic Others unbelievable shaders. Yes, it is unbelievable. This is one of my favorite shader packs. I mean, oh my god, look at that. It's just plain awesomeness. Holy shit. It just takes our breath away. Not forever though, but it's still freaking awesome. And it's kinda lagging for me. I think I should use the standard one. Let me see. I think this is gonna work fine. Yes, this is much more lagless for me because I'm recording right now and I get much more lower frame rates. And the water is pretty fine. It's just how it's supposed to be. It's the most correct water shading that I've ever seen. So thanks, a pretty big thumbs up for the developer. And look at the sun, and they have this volumetric clouds, which is awesome. And it's pretty bright, the sun. Even if we when it becomes nighttime, it is pretty dark. Ah, god damn it. See, and since we have lighting here, it's not that much dark. But you go into the forest and it gets really dark. The moon is also awesome, and you know, blah blah blah, awesome stuff to say. So let's not keep that going on. Now we're gonna move on to the 8th one, which is the Werrus shaders. And not many of you have heard of it, but it is awesome. And I'm using the high version with depth of field, and it's nighttime. Nighttime's a pretty I don't know. It looks yellowish with fog, and fog is pretty awesome, but it's yellowish in color. I don't know why. So we're gonna just change that to daytime, and daytime is freaking awesome. See, the lighting, it has a pretty decent god ray effect. I mean, if you walk through the dense forest, see between those trees, they are pretty awesome. See that? Wow, it's pretty awesome. The waving effect, depth of field, it has everything that it needs, and clear water with that waving and reflection. And see, hey, bad thing. Sorry, that's my place. So it looks pretty awesome from here. See, I mean, I feel it's pretty awesome, and sometimes I feel it's pretty ridiculous. I don't know. At nighttime, there's a yellowish color comes around. I don't know why. Even if it's midnight, it gets a bit like that. And this is also pretty awesome. The interior gets also lit up well, you know. See, and the glowstone is much brighter than the sea lantern, which I pretty much like. And place that there. Where's that there? There we go. This is a house under construction, so it doesn't look that much awesome. And now we're gonna move on to the next one, which is the 9th one I'm going to show you, and it's also known as the paolos lagless shader version 3 rc8.zip. And it doesn't have that much awesome lighting effects because it's supposed to be a lagless shader. I'll show you now. So we have this, we have around 65 frames per second. What happened to my blocks? I don't know. Yeah, some kind of problem with the blocks. I think I should use the RC7. There are 2 of them. I mean, some kind of bug. I have too much bugs, I don't know. And water is pretty normal in the default Minecraft water, and it has a fog effect, which is cool. But I frequently use it for building stuff, reduce lag and stuff. And there are always stuff, you know, you get the point. And the interior is pretty much more brighter, and you don't really feel like you're using a shader. So I would recommend all other shaders if you know, lighting and graphics, you know, better lighting effects is what you want, shader effects. And if you have a low-end graphics card, I would recommend this one. Also, here's another honorable mention, which is the Eric LP No Lag shader pack. This is a bonus one. Yeah, it looks pretty dull than that. I think I should change the time. It's getting dark. Daytime, and I'm gonna change the weather to clear. And see, that's what I'm talking about. It has a decent lighting effect. I said decent like 10 times. I don't know. But no other special effects on the water. No waving effects. Just the lighting and the shadows, which makes it pretty much more usable. Because lighting is what everyone wants. That's what shaders mainly are for. And it is pretty awesome. It feels like you are using the other high shader packs, but you aren't, and you get a bit more amount of frame rates. See, I have now 73 FPS at max, and it's awesome. It is awesome because it's lagless and it has this nice shading effect. And then we are going to go to the last one, the 10th one, the last but not the least. We have the Hexagons shader. Yeah, Hexagons shader. And this thing doesn't look like you're using shaders, but it makes Minecraft look much more vivid, and it also has motion blur. See that? And it's pretty awesome, and it makes Minecraft really vibrant. And I get around, yeah, it's pretty fast. I get more frames per second. They're only showing around 58 frames per second, but I feel like I'm getting more. I'm getting some of that, you know. And see, look at the water. The water is a bit crappy, but it's still fine. Because if you want much more graphics, much more FX, I should say, you could go with the ultra version. And I have a bug with this. That's why I wasn't reviewing the ultra version. So we also have the summertime party version. It makes it much more brighter, blow your eyes out. And we also have its night owl version. It's also pretty cool. And sometimes it makes Minecraft really creepy. I don't know, on the sides, see, it's a bit reddish in color. I don't know if it's a bug or whatever. And the greeny life is much more awesome because it has the regular amount of lighting in the Hexagons category. And it's also cool for building, but for me it's lagging now, but I get around 80 frames per second when not recording. So it depends upon the shader packs. So that's that, guys. a long way from there to here. So here I am, and I would like to keep the SEUS RC7 version. It's another version of SEUS which has this clear water, clear transparent water, and I really like it. Just look at that, awesome. And see ya guys next time. So if you really enjoyed this video, just don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and comment on what you guys think on this video. So until then, stay awesome and see ya.